We are out here in Santa Cruz, California at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. And today we're here to get some filming locations for the current hit movie worldwide. So come inside with me and let's take a walk down the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk as we explore the filming locations for Jordan Peele's hit movie, Us. Just to give you a sense of the boardwalk, it is beautiful, clean, and full of all kinds of fun rides and games and stuff and food. No matter which direction you look, it is just pure beauty, gorgeous, and even some fun rides. Look at that. In the beginning of the film, you'll hear young Adelaide's father, Russell, mention the Giant Dipper, and here it is, guys. 1924 this was built. One of California's oldest roller coasters. It is an amazing ride, and this is it. Look at its beautiful sign there, lit up with neon at night and bright lights. Just beautiful. When the movie begins, you're going to find young Adelaide and her family here at what is a bottle baseball throwing game. When you see it's actually a dime toss game in reality, but everything matches here. The corner up there between the orange cat and the skeleton. But this is the exact shot from the movie and the place where they're playing that bottle toss game. Just after they finish the bottle toss game, they continue walking down the boardwalk to the next destination, which is Whack-A-Mole, and you'll see them walk right past this hot dog on a stick and this game with monkeys on the right. You can see that the roller coaster lines up on the left-hand side of the screen with the movie shot. This is where they walked. Alright, so this is the shot where Whack-A-Mole was. They replaced this water top glow game with Whack-A-Mole. You can see that the beach shack lines up over there to the left. There are a couple tables in the movie that were added for scenery, as well as some signs taken down and the garbage bins removed. But this is the exact shot you would have seen for Whack-A-Mole right before young Adelaide wanders off to Merlin's forest. Alright, so with Whack-A-Mole in the shot here in the beach shack, as you turn around here, you're going to see this is the spot where the creepy hippie guy with the long hair and the Jeremiah 11:11 sign was standing. You can line up those angles over there with that door. Colors are pretty much the same. You see the blue exit gate right here where he was standing and leaning against. But this is where she would have wandered off down the imaginary stairs. Getting a little closer in on this wall with the angles and the door and the yummy popcorn and candy apples, this is where the stairs would have been placed, and it looks like they did remove that wall right there. It's welded in, but it is for sure the shot where it all lines up. So I'm pretty positive that they took out this railing somehow, put it back in, because this wall lines up here, and there would have been a light added as well to give this area some more brightness from the other side rather than here and whatever stage lighting they're using. But then the roller coaster is also in the background as well, so it all lines up. All right, and here we go. This is where the stairs would have been, and that shot lines up with that purple and green building with the angles, or where they would have put those temporary stairs for that shot of young Adelaide coming down the stairs, getting lost. All right, and here's another shot where young Adelaide would have been walking down the stairs onto the beach and towards the ocean itself. All right, we are now at the location where Jason wanders from the beach to go to the restrooms and ventures upon Merlin's forest. This is the spot it would have been, as we see the green and blue wall on the left along with that canopy for that ride that's out of commission right now. The swings itself would have been going during that scene in the movie, so it is a little bit lower than you see right here in this comparison shot. But we got the big house or the condos on the hill in the background as well. We've got the pink building along with that blue building with the slanted roof. That yellow chimney looking thing is over there. This is it, guys. This is the shot, and this is the actual location for Merlin's forest right there. Alright, well, this is the scene right here where Jason would come out of the restroom or the Merlin's forest, and seeing the guy standing there with his arms out, his hands hanging, and the blood dripping from his fingers. This is the shot they would have gotten right here. Okay, now I don't have a Chewbacca mask, unfortunately, so we're going to substitute that with a Batman mask. All right, I found the location of the stairs where older Adelaide, towards the end of the movie, just before she goes to enter that Merlin's Forest attraction. This is where she comes down the stairs, and we know this because that red and white hot dog booth is right there. The green building here to the left is exactly the same. Yeah, this is the shot, guys. This is exactly where she would have walked down the stairs to go to Merlin's Forest to go hunt down Red and find Jason. Here is a backed up shot of that same exact scene as she gets down the stairs and is in the sand itself. Green building the same, the blue ticket booth is the same. You got that tall ride off to the left with the Skyway on top. The Flavor Station sign has actually since changed. They've got a larger portable Flavor Station booth right there for those tater twists you see. It used to be that little small sign on the edge, and now it's bigger, but this is the exact shot of Adelaide coming down the stairs to hunt down Red right at the end of the movie. So at the end of the movie, older Adelaide is about to walk into Merlin's Forest to go and find Red, and she walks through a door, and that facade hill right there where it would have been built would match up with that bay. That's the only shot they could have got for that, as you can see it in the background, that little point out there with the waves and the water in the bay. That's what that would have been for. They would have built that up so she could walk up the stairs, put the facade there, and then get that camera shot of her walking into Merlin's Forest at the end of the movie. So as we compare this shot with the end of the movie where the long line of red people are lined up through the water out into the ocean, you can see that there would have been another staircase to the left, as this staircase just would not have worked. The small staircase to the Merlin's Forest facade would have been over here to the left side. And you can see this kind of all matches up right here. That blue house up on the top of that hill, the ocean, the point, that all matches up with the shot. These stairs do not match up, so they avoided it somehow, and I can't get the right angle. Of course, I don't have all the gear they have. I'm just standing on the balcony. But there would have been the Merlin's facade over there on that sand hill right there on the other side of the stairs, and all the red people lined up going out there. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys a shot of the entire beach boardwalk out here in Santa Cruz. You see some cleanup going on from the storms we've had out here in California this year. And as we look in, a little closer at the boardwalk, you're gonna see the staircase coming down to the beach, some workers driving away, and then you'll see that pink building right in the center, right about there. And that is where Merlin's Forest was just to the left of that where the green is. So right around here where that ride with the blue top is, that's where the ride would have sat in there. So you can see the frames from the movie are a little bit off from how she walked down the staircase and then to the left over to this area right here is where she kind of looked like she walked to on the movie, but it was actually on the other side of the frame where that was filmed at. So as we zoom out, you're gonna see this little bay of water right here, and this is where that red line of the others would have went, all the way across to the Pacific Ocean from the beach wall. So you can see there are no access doors or anything like that, no underground tunnels there. But that is where that line would have went, and it actually would have went to the left across all this, and I'm gonna get to this shot in just a little bit. There's a roadway over there. Okay, so just a little off center, right behind where that earth mover is, you're gonna see a roadway, and that roadway is gonna lead to where the other side of that red line of people would have went to. And you're gonna see that from the ambulance shot in just a little bit, but that's where that road would have gone to, and it actually doesn't make sense on how that line would go, because they would have had to gone through all these rides over here to the left side of your screen, and there's no way to do that because there's no direct path to that. So it was kind of built up to the wall, and then it carried on over to the beach area. And just fun fact right here, this bridge right here is actually in the movie The Lost Boys, which we're gonna get to in just a little bit, but it is not the train bridge that they jump off of or hang from and drop down from. That's a kind of a bad story that that's the actual bridge. It is in the movie, but that's not the one. All right, you're gonna see right here, this is pretty much the exact shot from the ambulance when they're getting in there, and they see the line of the red people going across the giant dipper and going underneath the tunnel that goes into the park itself. There's the curve in the railroad track. You see two palm trees to the right. Perfect match for that shot right there. Alright, this is pretty much a perfect match right here for the end of the shot with the ambulance and them loading in. The Santa Cruz ambulance number 2. You got the star, you got the giant, and the giant word right there for the Giant Dipper. Fence along the left, the 2 palm trees lining up as well. Everything's looking good. Of course, there's a jig lift over there, but that wasn't there in the movie, obviously. This lines up perfectly for that last shot, kind of. It looks beautiful. Alright, here's the reverse shot of the dad sticking his head out of the back of the paramedic ambulance truck, and you see the yellow line lines up with the side of the building, the awnings coming off, and of course that garage door back there. Everything lines up perfectly. This is the about the camera shot that they got. Of course, lensing is always different with my lenses and whatever they're using for cinematography. So here is the shot of the ambulance at the end of the movie. Okay, so this is towards the end of the movie when they are out on the street trying to basically escape, and they turn the corner and run into the flaming car blocking the street. And that is where Jason sees Pluto kind of walking out there, and Jason realizes that it's all a trap and that the gas is kind of running along the street, ready to kind of make the car explode if he wanted to with that match. And that's where Adelaide kind of jumps in and tries to save him. But this is that exact spot where that shot was filmed. You could tell by the fence on the left, the houses on the left as well with the blue one and that brown one. Everything is exactly as the movie shot, but really cool to be in this exact spot. I'm kind of standing in the middle of the street while cars drive by me, but I don't care. They can go around me. There's plenty of room, right? So as I walk up closer, look how awesome this is. You can see the actual burn marks from where that car was sitting in the road. There's the house, there's the burn marks. That is super cool. I'm sure they tried to clean them up quite a bit, but some of it they couldn't get off. I'm moving out of the street because cars are coming again, but I just had to show you guys how cool that was, that the fire marks are still there. Okay, so just for reference while I'm up here, this is the street they would have driven down and then turned left onto this street where that car was on fire, blocking their path. You can see the houses there, and you can still see a little bit of that flame mark burnt into the cement there. As we take a look at this angle, this is the angle where earlier on in the movie, the family is driving to Santa Cruz from their little escape in the woods, and you can see that lighthouse right there at the point. Okay, and just to the left, you'll see that road where that red car is going right now. That is the road the family would have been turning on as you see that lighthouse, where the dad keeps singing, "We're going to Santa Cruz," over and over as Adelaide looks at him not very happily. Okay, so earlier I teased The Lost Boys, and we're going to get you a couple shots from that movie as well. Where I'm standing right now is at the beginning of The Lost Boys movie, and this is the 1911 Louvre Carousel that is a National Historic Landmark. David and his vampire buddies would have walked right through this carousel before they get kicked out by the security guard. During the summer, they put up a stage for concerts, and though this isn't the exact stage you would have seen at the beginning of the movie, this is the location where that stage would have been. Who could ever forget that buff, greasy guy tooting his saxophone right over there where that stage would have been? And of course, we got this historic shot where David challenges Michael to the motorcycle race. Well, I guess not really a race on the boardwalk, and this is that scene where it takes place right here. Of course, it was shot at night, but this is the place right here where they take off on the motorcycles and they start heading towards these stairs right over there. And of course, here are those beautiful stairs where they take off down them and they head off to the left out to the point and try to meet up at the cave where they start feeding Michael some Chinese food. Here it is from the other point of view when you see them coming down on the motorcycles right down the stairs on the beach. Beautiful arches, beautiful lighting. They head off that direction to the point, the cove, and the caves, which actually are in Southern California. Okay, as we move along from the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, I got one more surprise in store for you that I'm going to take you to right now. That's just a few miles away. Alright, so we took our 2-mile trek to the Pogonip Country Club area, well, former country club. Now it is just full of beautiful hiking trails and whatnot. We're gonna take a small hike and I'll show you what's at the end of it. Okay, we're almost there. Like I said, it's a little bit of a hike, but just up around that river bend, we should be getting pretty close. Just to the right of that tall tree right there in the middle of the screen, you're gonna see the log ride and the rest of the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, giant dipper standing right there in the front. And of course, that's the Monterey Santa Cruz Bay in the background. All right, and the easy way to navigate here is by looking for this tall lone palm tree, and that'll take you right to Grandpa's house from the Lost Boys. We made it, guys. We made it up the hike, and we are now at Grandpa's house from the 1987 film The Lost Boys. Isn't that pretty amazing, guys? Here is the driveway that they would have drove up at the beginning of the movie, and there is that beautiful Monterey Bay, Santa Cruz Bay in the background. The driveway going right up to Grandpa's house. There is the porch where Grandpa pretended to be dead right when they walked in. Oh, you crazy Grandpa, you. Such a jokester. Now, it's completely legal to come up here. It is, like I said, hiking trails and whatnot. This area is fenced off, but it doesn't mean that you can't come up here and see the historic Poganip House, the clubhouse. Now, if you remember to the side, there was Grandpa's garage. Well, that was just a facade because, well, there is no garage, but there is a swimming pool that is all filled in with dirt, and, well, I mean, that's kind of grass growing, but look at that little house back there. That is cool. So there we go, guys. Grandpa's house from the Lost Boys. Beautiful, beautiful site. Still standing, still available for anybody to come up here and see it, take pictures, film video, just enjoy this historic piece of film history, horror movie film history. And when you visit, you might be fortunate enough to get one of Grandpa's lemons. Thank you once again for coming along on this little adventure to see Jordan Peele's filming locations for the movie Us. We also got a little bit of extra footage and bonus footage from the Lost Boys, Grandpa's house, the boardwalk, all that. It was a great little adventure today. I had a lot of fun. Thank you. Like, subscribe, come back for more videos. There's always rules you gotta follow on a beach, but the most disappointing rule here is this one. No driving your Volkswagen Bug on a beach. Why?